The Robonic Stooges was a superhero animated version of the Three Stooges.
Surprise! It's Curly!
Instead of the mummy, we got the dummy!
It was produced by Hanna Barbera and ran originally from 1977 to 78 as a segment of a show called The Skatebirds. After The Skatebirds was canceled, the Robonic Stooges were given their own time slot.
Designed to be the world's most perfect electronic robots.
The Robonic Stooges, as stated in the intro, were designed to be the world's most perfect electronic robots. I'm not sure where they got their definition of perfect, though. The Robonic Stooges lived in a junkyard. In each episode, they would get sent on a mission by their boss, Agent OOO.
The vacuum is between your ears!
The Stooges possessed the power to stretch their limbs and could pull out a different gizmo depending on the need at the time.
Activate Curly battering ram!
In every episode, they faced off against a different villain.
6,225,000.
My brain drainer.
Now to conquer Earth, if there is intelligent life there.
We're not ordinary people. We're morons.
Some of the episodes occurred in earlier history, but even before there was even fiction related to robots. Of course, the Stooges have always been timeless.
What do we use for music? Turn on the radio. Are you kidding? This is ancient times. This is an ancient radio.
The animated series did a great job of bringing the original Stooges back to life. At this point, the original Stooge lineup of Larry, Moe, and Curly had passed away. Each episode was filled with energy and non-stop antics. But missing was the usual Stooge kind of violence. Moms complained about violence a lot in the 60s and 70s, even though kids were watching a lot worse on movies and primetime television. There was no slapping, no bops on the head, and certainly no eye pokes. Moe himself had eliminated eye poking from the act sometime in the 60s for fear of kids poking their eyes out.
Hey, you're in a court, not in the woods, Tarzan. Cut it out. Come on.
But they managed to make an entertaining series remembered even to this day. There's even been some comic books published based on the series in recent years.
Don't you dare hit me in the head. You know I'm not normal. Why?
Fun fact, if you slow Moe down, you can see that the trick used for the famous eye poke was actually to hit the head. It still probably resulted in quite a few injuries, I'm sure. This was the second animated Stooges series, not counting guest appearances on Scooby Doo or parodies. The first, entitled The New Three Stooges in 1965, featured Moe, Larry, and Curly Joe, who made live appearances in between the cartoons, and they did their own voice work. At the time Hanna Barbera produced the Robonic Stooges, the only Stooges left were third Stooge replacements Joe DeRita and Joe Besser. DeRita was likely ill at the time, and only Joe Besser remained, and he was actually working for Hanna Barbera at the time doing voice work. They should have got him to cameo as an extra Stooge. That might have been neat. Also would have liked to seen Shemp. Of course, Shemp had passed away too by this time, but they could have got someone to do his voice. Hey, if you collect Stooges comics like I do, you might be interested in American Mythology Robonic Stooges books that have been published in recent years. They also feature Shemp. The Robonic Stooges got Paul Winchell to voice Moe,
Why, you two chowderheads?
who, believe it or not, starred in a movie that the Stooges sued over. The movie, Stop, Look, and Laugh, was the Stooges compilation with Winchell and his ventriloquist dummies in between. The Stooges were angry that they weren't contacted before the movie came out, so they were let in on the profits. Winchell was also famous as the voice of Gargamel on the Smurfs. Hey, man, who did the voice of Larry and Curly? I like your much. Claude, don't you have like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle marathon to catch up on or something? I just want to learn about the Stooges, I was wondering, can you teach me a Stooge foo?
Not with a lady watching.
Joe Baker did the voice of Larry. He also voiced Marvel's The Thing on the Fred and Barney Meet the Thing series in 1979. He did voice work on a few other Saturday morning shows as well. For Curly, they got cartoon legend Frank Welker, who is most widely known as the voice of Fred Jones from the Scooby Gang, and Scooby Doo himself, since the original voice of Scooby, actor Don Messick, retired years ago and has since passed away. Welker has done so many cartoon voices it would be practically impossible to list them all in this video. Well, I technically could, but it would take a long time. Welker had already done the voice of Curly in the form of Jabberjaw, the futuristic cartoon about a talking shark who was basically Curly in shark form.
Secret thieves! Somebody's coming! No respect, not even from a mouse!
The only vacuum is between your ears.
The Robonic Stooges boss, Agent OOO, was voiced by Ross Martin, who played Artemis Gordon on the Wild Wild West.
It's alright. He'll get her.
Sadly, Martin passed away in 1981, just a few years after the Robonic Stooges ran. You know, Claude the Kung Fu Cat is such a Stooge fan, I bet he could almost wheel himself into an old Three Stooges short. Thanks to everyone that has subscribed. Please subscribe if you haven't already, of course. Please hit the like. Let me know what you thought of this video in the comments below, and post your thoughts about the channel, things you'd like to see in the future. And if you happen to know anything about animation, I'd love to hear your thoughts on how to make the channel animation better as well. And please share this video with your family and friends. We're getting really close to 1,000 subscribers, which is awesome. Thank you so much for watching this video, and y'all have a great day.
One move out of you and I'll kill you.
If you do, I'll never talk to you again.